she has an artificial limb. This is what dope has done to a little girl, just 14. That this home has helped. And I believe the last letter I got was so sweet and so fine. And I'd like, since we're crowded for time, I'd like to say that this little girl was run over by a train, and the train never did know it. But there was a boy that did like a lot of boys that got her on some dope. She ran away from her mother and daddy who loved her. And she lay there for a lot of hours, about 4 hours maybe. And the boy was killed instantly. Just a few pounds of him was found left. And when she looked up and saw a headlight coming and tried to figure out what it was, and it was another train, and she reached down, but one of her legs was gone, her foot was gone, and she touched the other one and found out that she still had one. She rolled off of the track. Now, talk about a miracle in rescuing a little girl. Jesus must have loved her real good. And of course we do too, but he spared her life. And she screamed, I'm sure as any little girl would scream when she realized that she'd been mangled by a train. But remember, the daddy of that tragedy was dope and rebellion and running from mother and from dad. The best friend a little girl ever had down here is a Christian mother and dad. But somebody heard her cry, like Jesus heard my cry. I'd been run over by the railroad train of sin, and Jesus rescued me. And she went to the hospital and lingered for a number of days. And you'd said so good that the train saved her and stopped her from running. That's not the case. Tragedy doesn't stop you. It'll take truth, and that's Jesus. Accidents won't save you, but providence will. And so when she got her artificial limb that she's learned to walk real good on, she decided she just didn't like it at home because she still had heart trouble, sin trouble. And she went right back to the same old pig pen that she was in. And in trouble, and her mother brought her here after hearing about the Bethesda home. And it'd be hard for anybody to stay here long without breaking out with love and getting a hold of something good and right. And so we've prayed a many a time for Beth. The devil would like to prove that Jesus is not real, but he is real. And I'm glad that Beth has been saved, and y'all are helping her a great deal. And I want her to keep on growing in grace, and she ought to be a limping testimony against dope.